Alright, it's recording this time. I got it this time, I promise. Welcome, everyone, to the Game Lounge episode 4. And the reason we're laughing...
Part 2.
Yeah, exactly. The reason we're laughing so hard is because we actually did the show, but my dumbass, you know, I guess I double-clicked on the record button, and so none of it recorded. And I'm kind of mad because at the end we had this long night, or Rottz had this long, nice tirade about the Man of Steel movie of how people are shitting on it for no reason. And I apologize you missed that, but we'll go through these very quickly since we already know what we're gonna say now, and I do apologize.
Damn it!
Damn.
Oh boy! All right, let's go. Let's go.
To start off, we're gonna give a brief synopsis of the game we're playing the most right now. So, Dakatus, do you want to start off again?
Fallout 3 New Vegas.
Damn.
I have no more words.
Oh shit! I'm sorry, guys, but you know, he just said we've done this before.
We
so.
have. I fucked up. I apologize. So we already know what we're gonna say.
he pretty much said what he was gonna say.
Fallout 3 New Vegas. That's it. No more words. Rottz, what are you playing right now?
Metal Gear Legacy Collection, and I'm on Metal Gear Solid 2. I've been doing it chronologically. I done beat 3, Peace Walker, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, I'm almost there. A joyful ride down memory lane.
As for me, I'm playing Smite and Infinite Undiscovery, an old RPG that came out somewhere around the time that the original Xbox 360 released. To start off with the first news story, EA Games is probably going to start charging people in the US $80 to buy their games. Now, this comes from the UK, place called Game, which is the equivalent to GameStop, where retailed games from EA is going to be charged for around €54.99 euros, which translates to $80 here in the States. Is anybody surprised by this, honestly, at this point?
Nope.
Nope.
It's ridiculous. Money grubbing as hell. But then again, it is EA.
Exactly. That's what it boils down to. It's EA, and the only reason I can say that they're increasing prices in the UK is because they have a better economy than we do here in the States. But
I think we all gonna be hit with that.
oh, definitely, it's probably gonna happen. And again, I apologize for the people that live in Australia that have to buy games because they're gonna get hit the worst.
They tight as hell.
Yeah, you're gonna be paying like $150, almost $200 for games if this goes through for EA games, mind you.
Madden players, I'm looking at y'all, man.
Oh man, but like we said earlier, Madden players are gonna buy it regardless. They can be charging $150 and they'll buy that shit because it's Madden.
And you know something else? I just want to go ahead and say this right now. If it comes out that games out here are still 60, don't be so quick to say that this is probably a fake leak. Because for all we know, they're probably waiting for the feedback and then gonna pull a Microsoft and then just scrap it before all the next gen games come. So don't necessarily think this is a fake leak. This may be very real. There's one thing I noticed a lot is like when there's leaks and the feedback is strong a certain way, it does a complete 180 like it never happened, and then whoever made the leak gets accused of having a fake leak.
Yeah. So, you know, expect Operation Moonwalk from EA sometime soon.
That's gonna be the theme of this generation: moonwalking out of a situation. And to moonwalk out of a situation when you completely messed up and you try to come out looking too smooth.
And just to give a closer on this, I think once they do backpedal, and or eventually when they do backpedal and they're gonna start charging $60 for PS4 and Xbox One games, don't be surprised if you see the online pass return, because they're gonna try and get that extra $20 somewhere.
They're gonna get it somewhere. So yeah, online classes, they be like, guess what? They back, nigga. They back.
And again,
online passes. You get a pass. You get a pass.
Oh, you didn't pay $10? Oh, no pass for you. But I think we can all know what the headline's gonna say. Oh, well, after, tremendous feedback from our lovely fans, of how much they love the online pass, we decided to bring it back so we can get the most out of our online experiences and our DLCs and stuff. Give us money, please.
We all want your monies.
So,
All
again,
your monies belong to us.
exactly. Nothing new coming from the EA camp. It's not really surprising. It's just stupid as hell.
And it's just a shame because I do have my ear to the ground for when they make another Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But I'm not even sure if that's gonna go out to like their branching studios like BioWare.
My guess it's gonna be the Umbrella effect. Yeah, it's gonna cover all those developments that they bought. So I'm pretty sure it's gonna happen for BioWare games and stuff like that too.
Damn.
Yeah.
Branch does it. All of them gonna do it.
Yeah, because it would make sense coming from a business standpoint. You're not just gonna have one department charging $80 for games and then have the rest of those departments charge $60. So
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense at all.
yeah, it's even more. It's just as stupid as charging $80 for games. Next article we're going to talk about, and again, this is fucking hilarious even reading it now.
Deja vu.
Damn it, y'all making me feel bad.
Nah, that's cool. Let's just do it again.
I'm gonna do it again. Apparently, the Xbox One and Killer Instincts gets booed at EVO 2013. Now, for those who didn't see it, there's a minute video down below to where Markman from Mad Catz and one of the developers, before they showed the Glacius trailer and they were showing off the Mad Catz fight stick that's exclusive to Killer Instincts, they were saying that, this is only exclusive to Xbox One. And as soon as that happened, as soon as he said that, the entire room just started to boo them. Just uproar. Boo.
They did not want to hear it.
I don't blame them at all.
I don't either. I mean, it's good to see the FGC actually, being vocal about this because, again, I hate the shit on them. But, the fighting game community, your Call of Duties, your Madden fans, they're the first ones to go buy anything, regardless of what's happening. Because they need that next new thing. Whether it's to compete or whether it's to play with their friends, they're going to buy the next new thing.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly the competitive scene. You restricting it to just one console. I mean, that's kind of screwing the competitive scene because now you got to buy a console you didn't even want to buy in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. And again, not a lot of people in the fighting game community are just rolling in money. There's not too many, Justin Wongs or, Chris G's out there that can, make money from going to these small tournaments that we can just buy some of this stuff. And not a lot of players are sponsored. So now you're saying, oh, if you want to compete in a professional level in Killer Instincts, you're going to have to buy a $500 console.
Or just be really good at it without ever playing it, ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Ain't that gonna be a bitch when they gotta get like 10 Xbox Ones for EVOs and shit, man.
It's gonna cost some money.
These Kinects?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You can't turn it on without it being plugged in.
That's true.
Well, you see, each one gonna have a Kinect on it too.
Totally forgot about that. Yeah, like they're gonna have to get the Kinects and find a way to set it up too. It's gonna be stupid.
It's gonna be one of the situations where it's gonna be on a stand and the Kinect is gonna be hitting you.
Yeah, like gonna be put behind the TV or something stupid.
It's gonna be behind the TV, right? Like it never existed. But they're gonna do it because it's so much fan hype around Killer Instinct. Now don't get me wrong, I've been wanting Killer Instinct just as long as you guys have, but one game doesn't buy my soul.
Yeah.
So the fact that I'm hearing people talking about, yeah, I'm gonna get both systems, but regardless, I have to get an Xbox One because Killer Instinct. Or you got something saying I'm gonna get an Xbox One first for Killer Instinct.
That's kind of saying I'm willing to spend $500 for one game. That's kind of sad, honestly.
More or less.
I mean, when it comes to new consoles, I kind of have this rule. There's a 5-game rule, to where if there's not 5 games at launch that I'm going to get, I'm not gonna buy the console. I've done that for the PS3 and I've done that for the original Xbox.
At launch, or?
But at launch, it's just like 5 games that I want to play. Like if there's not 5 games that I want to play, I won't buy the console. It's just simple as that. Because I'm not gonna sit there, buy the console, then play one game, and then it just sits there until the next one comes out.
Well, I mean, PS4 don't have a good lineup. unless
Oh,
you
no,
like
I didn't buy the
that.
PS4 at launch either.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna buy it at launch either. I'm probably gonna wait until sometime next year. I'm not buying any console at launch because honestly, there's a lot of misinformation going around, and there's not a lot of stuff that's not answered. I mean, even coming from the PlayStation 4 side, there's just stuff that's not answered yet. So I don't know. It'd be kind of a not. I don't want to say it's a dumb move, but
I'm kind of stuck right now. Right now, I have a pre-order down, and I got half the money. I'm just thinking if I'm gonna toss out this other half or take that half back.
it's one of those things where I want to see what's gonna happen first. Because
And did I say Ratchet or Knack?
I think you said Nat.
I was like, Ratchet? Why is Ratchet in my mouth?
Yeah, why? Damn, you might want to get that checked out. You know, you got ratchet stuff in
Right,
your mouth,
man,
bro.
you got ratchet in your mouth. Man.
You might want to.
Just to clarify, we talking about ratchet and clank, not no hood ratchet.
Yeah. Ratchet.
You know, we here at the Game Lounge don't endorse hood rats.
I'm telling you, not at all.
2 out of 3 don't.
Two out of three. Oh, damn.
Old liquor stealing assholes. Go buy your own damn out drinks.
Bye, Felicia. We don't need you.
Oh, damn. You gonna put names? Oh, damn.
Craig.
Damn. Oh, man. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna buy either one at launch. And again, this is just hilarious how people are actually still vocal about how dumb the Xbox One is on paper. Moving on to the last story. It's kind of blowing through these now. Again, it's about the Xbox.
You're doing it the second time.
This is true. God damn it, you gonna keep bringing that shit up, aren't you?
You bet your ass on. And when you put this video up, I'm gonna leave a comment saying that we did this the second time.
Oh, he ain't never gonna let that go.
I know.
Nope.
I know.
This recording, right?
Yo, it's recording.
It's
I'm watching
recording now, right?
I'm looking at the blinking light right now.
Okay.
I got it this time.
all right. You know, cause now I'm gonna have to be on your ass about this every week. You know? Like, all right, is it recording?
We good?
All right,
You sure?
you sure?
The last
You know
article
what?
we
Stop the recording. We gonna listen back to see if we see if we record.
Oh man. The last story we're gonna talk about again is about the Xbox One. Kind of a recurring theme we have going here. Stop fucking up Microsoft, but apparently the Xbox One dev claims that the Kinect 2.0 cost almost as much as the console itself. Now, originally, I was like, the fuck, this is stupid, but Dakatus brought up some points that make sense. You want to reiterate on those?
If I can remember.
Oh,
Alright.
goddamn.
You remember? Damn.
No, but yeah, the Kinect is pretty beefy. If you look at the specs of that thing, it's kind of a monster. It's a huge upgrade from the 1.0 version of it. Seeing how it's supposed to cost as much as the original Xbox One, I don't see it. I would say about $200, $250. And even then, them shipping it at $100 is kind of a deal. And I guess that's what they want people to see. We're giving you this deal. This is a huge discount, so don't worry about this $500 price tag. You're getting, instead of paying $700, you're paying $500.
Which makes sense. I mean, granted, I still would like a version without the Kinect because I don't want the fucking Kinect, but I guess it makes sense as them selling it with the Xbox. So we don't have to be paying, $200, $250 for a separate camera.
Yeah, but I think people are already coming to terms that you're gonna have to get a Kinect regardless now. So I don't think they're ever gonna come out with the Kinect-free Xbox One, to be honest with you.
That's true. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, you're
if
right.
there's gonna be another Kinect, it'll be for the next another Xbox.
Because developers already plan for that Kinect to be there regardless.
Right.
Yep.
So some games might have voice commands, and if they release a Xbox One without the Kinect, that's gonna completely screw over that game.
That's true, and I think that's where a lot of games are gonna use the Kinect. You're gonna see a lot of voice commands like Skyrim did with the shouts or Mass Effect did with certain dialogue options. I think that's as far as we're gonna get as of now when it comes to using Kinect for gaming. Because with the exception of Dance Central, I can't see any game that really used the Kinect that well.
And honestly, because nobody has broken the mold, you know?
Yeah.
Like I keep saying this. I keep saying my dream Kinect game is like a exclusive Silent Hill type game. You know, I actually want to be searching through these dark, ugly ass places, man. But I don't know. It's just how I picture it. Cause I picture the setup. You got a big ass screen TV, and you trying to go through and investigate all this shit, and ugly ass baby come out, you smack it with a pipe. I don't know. I just thought that's like my ideal game. If they actually put the thought into it, if they put as much thought into these damn Kinect games as they do for these AAA titles, somebody could break the mold and find something that could work.
Well, I mean, they're scared. Like, if you go all out for this Kinect game and nobody buys it, you're gonna go minus, and nobody wants to do that in the business.
And whose fault is that?
Well, that's kind of a double-edged sword when you say whose fault it is. I mean, granted, yes, it's Microsoft's fault for having people have the Kinect, but then again, as a developer, you know they're going to have the Kinect planned for it, so you're going to have to develop around that. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword when it comes to something like that.
Make a Kinect, quote-unquote, Kinect game, but make it, like, completely optional. Like, it'll defeat the purpose of being a Kinect game, but you have all these features that people are gonna want to try on.
Right.
And then if they don't like them, they can just revert back to the controller.
Right, exactly. That makes a good point. That's how some Kinect games should be. Like, you give them the option of using the Kinect. Don't say, oh, well, you're gonna have to use it. You're gonna have to work with these features. Give them options, like turn them on and off in the options menu or something. So.
Yeah. Because if you make everything mandatory for that Kinect, that's going to turn people off. But if you make it optional, but just put in everything that the Kinect could do into it, people are going to use them, test them out. And some people might actually like them.
Yeah, I mean, you're still going to have people that hate it, i.e. me, but you'll have those people that enjoy it.
Yeah.
It all depends on how people use it. Because, like I told you guys before, I had won that free Kinect. And so with that, I bought a 360. And now, whenever I play it, it's like I can't say I hate it a whole lot because I didn't spend money on it. It's like it's just there. So there's some games where you find yourself playing, quite for a little while, at least until you get tired of the shit. So yeah, so I wouldn't say it's entirely horrible. And then so this Kinect 2 actually, is an increase to that. I mean, it just by standard, it should be better.
I hope so, since you have to basically pay for it, or you have to actually have it now.
Yeah, since you have to, they better do something, man. I mean, a lot more than just be listening to what I say.
Yeah.
It's like if they're gonna do all that, then when they make the next Mass Effect, I want to have a full-on conversation with people.
That's something that would actually be interesting. Like, give us, let the characters hear what we have to say instead of having to where we pick dialogue choices.
Exactly, like, what you doing? Cleaning my gun. What's your name? Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Man.
But if they do that, that's gonna take years of
exactly.
Years of development.
Yeah, I mean that's something where you have that one AAA title do it.
Man.
I mean, obviously, I'm sure there'll still be guidelines. Something they could have did with Mass Effect 3 that could have made it seem that a little bit more better. It was just like something that annoyed me. It was like, you say your response, and yet Shepard still speaks and says that response. I think they should have cut out the part where Shepard speaks. So after you say your response, they answer you.
That would have been cool. I actually would have enjoyed that. That makes sense.
That would have made it look a lot better. I don't know, because it kind of copped out. Because now you just felt like you just hands free just chose one of the decisions, and Shepard still said it.
Right. So I mean, it's just quicker to press the button. But if I say it and then the game responds to me saying it instead of Shepard saying it.
Exactly. So if they had just cut the part out of Shepard and then after you said it and the character responds, I think that would have made it a little bit better.
Alright, and to close this out, we have a viewer request, and he wanted us to talk. Couldn't even let me finish it, could you?
Damn it.
He wanted us to talk about how the latest movie, The Man of Steel, is getting shitted on by reviewers and stuff like that. Now, again, Dakatus hasn't seen it, and I'm not a big comic fan, so again, I can't really speak upon this, but Rottz can, and he did earlier, and it was a pretty good tyrant, but of course, someone forgot to press the record button.
Someone did.
Yeah,
I gotta summarize it.
Just give us the cliff notes.
It was, man, that shit was live, man. Alright, so anyway, like, you know, they asked just to speak on, you know, why the movie getting shitted on. And I think the movie's getting shitted on because, hold on.
Oh shit.
Yeah. The movie getting shitted on because a lot of people that are Superman fans don't quite understand the character or quite don't understand the little details of superheroes in general. I think they have it made that superheroes are flawless, and the only people that succumb to not being the uppity guy that can do everything are like anti-heroes or whatever.
Yeah.
So so what I pretty much mean is just to jump all the way back from the beginning. Alright, you got some people that are mad that the movie took the Smallville route and had Clark meet Lois in the earlier times, and pretty much Lois Lane knows who he is already. Knows that he's Superman or whatever like that. Some are mad about that because, you know, they know the true story. Well, not the core story of Superman is like the only person that knew who he was his mother, pretty much. But so you got those that are mad about that. You got Superman fanboys that are mad that he's not overpowered, which is like one of the dumbest complaints you can make about a movie. It makes no sense. It's like, because how do you see all the stuff he does in the movie? You see him do an epic fight and all this crap, and you're mad because this shouldn't have been a problem for him? That makes no sense. That's weird for me just saying it.
It really is. I think people say that because the previous Superman movies, you know, this guy can reverse time by flying, you know, backwards and lifting kryptonite rocks and shit into the sun or whatever. So I guess they expect him to be this, you know, super powered man. I mean, I guess he's Superman, but you know what I mean.
Exactly, you know, and there's one thing I'm gonna take the chance to point out now, because a lot of those people I would talk to, or I see that they talk to somebody else, and they would say they love the animated series, and I'm not trying to be that guy that shoots down whatever people love. You like an animated series, cool, but I like the source. You know, sometimes I just like, you know, a good comic.
Right.
So, but the thing I want to point out is a lot of people love the animated series. They love Batman animated series, Superman, Spider-Man, the X-Men, all that. With Superman more so, in the animated series and Superman in the comics are two different people. Way different people.
Oh yeah.
In the animated series, the writers purposely grounded him. They purposely grounded him so they can, you know, have a whole show's worth of, you know, events and threats to have for him. Whereas Superman he's at the point where they rebooted it with the New 52, but before they did that, he was at the point where he was literally doing nothing throughout his comic arcs. I literally believe because they didn't know what to toss out. It'll be like this. I think it was in 2011. Batman disappeared. I think he was trapped. I think he was trapped between time or something like that. And it was a big ass chaos in Gotham because people were. I think it was called the battle for the cow or something like that.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know that one, right? And pretty much everybody in the Bat family was pretty much scrounging to see who's going to take over the Batman mantle because Bruce was different.
Right.
That's what Bruce went through in 2011. What did Superman do in 2011, you ask? He renounced his U.S. citizenship. Yes. I'm not BSing. Apparently, the world has a problem with Superman because the Superman, if he interferes in the affairs of other countries, they look at him as an American invading their country. So he renounced his U.S. citizenship. That's what he did.
Wow.
His buddy is missing. Gotham is in terror. He ain't American no damn more.
That's so stupid.
It's like, but that's the point where it's at. I mean, you know, what kind of threat do you make for an overpowered person? It reflected on almost everything, you know. In the Justice League, every time there was an attack on the Justice League, what's the first thing they did? They singled out Superman, you know?
Yeah.
Because if Superman get out, that's your ass. They did it in Injustice too. Superman. An evil Superman. How do we stop him? We bring our Superman over here. So it's like you have to ground the man. If you it makes it easier and gives you more free room to, you know, create events. You know, to create a threat for him. You actually see him prevail. Because I think that's one of the things that make a superhero that will latch somebody to another superhero, to watch them prevail, and not so much have everything be so easy to them.
Yeah.
And I like that they took this approach in the movie because it was like the little things. It was like I could see why people would get so mad because like there's a part where this part of the ship mast was falling and he caught it, and it looked like it didn't look like he lifted it as easy as he probably normally could. And people got mad about that. I'm like, he's still Superman, though.
Right.
It's not like it crushed his ass or something like that.
I mean, the way I see it, I would say take the Man of Steel movie and kind of look at it as Batman Year One.
Exactly.
Just kind of look at it like that. Like, you know, this is Superman at the beginning. You know, he's not going to be, you know, super. You know, he's not going to be like super overpowered like he is now. I mean, he's just starting out. He's still trying to, you know, figure out all his powers and stuff like that, and figure out how to use them, you know, without breaking the earth in half.
Exactly. Like shit. They want to be hardcore fans. I could pull some old school out for your ass. When Superman debuted, it was in his bio that he was the strongest 20 men. That's it. That's how he started. He was strongest 20 men and had super leaps. This is before he could even fly. This was his ass was called the Superman.
I remember that. I remember Superman couldn't originally fly.
Exactly. Yeah. And remember that's where the whole thing, you know, leap tall buildings in a single bound. You know?
Yeah. I always thought that was weird because I didn't catch Superman at the very beginning, so I didn't know he couldn't fly at first. So I was always wondering when watching some of the older cartoons, it's like they say he's faster than a speeding bullet. Okay, cool, he can run super fast. He can leap tall buildings in a single bound. But can't the nigga fly?
Exactly. And I always thought it was funny in the old cartoon. He'll run up to it, look up, and then just jump over the vision.
Just jump back down and just start running. Like, that makes no sense
keep
to
running.
me.
What the hell are you doing, Superman?
Like, dude, you could fly.
Exactly. So yeah, so I can go old school for you. So, and you know, it's funny, like, just to break off real quick, there's a little nudge to that. If it, because Brandon, you've seen it, right? You seen the part where he donned the suit, and before he started flying, he did them hard ass jumps across the field.
That shit was hilarious.
Like, so yeah, so that was like the little nudge to it. You know? But yeah, but back on point, they grounded him a lot more, and they even grounded to the point of the origin of his power. It's not so much of him being under the yellow sun. It's like a mix of the yellow sun and the Earth's atmosphere.
Right.
Because when General Zod came to Earth, it took him a while to fully adapt. If anything, he was like learning his powers during the fight he had with Clark. Because when the fight started, he couldn't fly. He was doing the hard jumps and shit. When his heat vision activated, it freaked him the hell out because he fucked this building up, didn't realize what he did.
Yeah.
And then when he learned how to fly, that's when it was on. When he learned how to fly, that's when that shit went from Superman versus Zod to Goku versus Vegeta. Like the fight was so epic. It's like, if you don't even see the whole movie, they got the fight on YouTube. Like, I done watched it about 12 times already.
It's a good ass fight.
It's a fight that just I couldn't help but the little kid in me smiled to finally see Superman in live action slugging it out.
And I think that's something that the older movies missed out on because he really didn't get to fight anybody. It's more like, you know, oh hey, I'm Superman. Oh, you're trying to stop me? I'm Superman.
More or less, he did have those smaller fights because you know General Zod was in Superman too.
Right.
And I don't even know if you can call that a fight. They just kept throwing shit at each other.
Playing like baseball with buildings and shit.
Exactly. And then the two of them threw a bus at his ass. And like so more or less, but But yeah, but like I like the direction they went with all this, and let me just go ahead and jump to the part I know people really mad at. Alright, so spoiler alert, spoiler fucking alert. I should have said it earlier, but I forgot because it's the second time I'm doing this. But spoiler alert. So,
I think at this point they should know we're going to be talking about
Yeah.
spoilers at this point.
yeah. Alright. So anyway, so after the epic fight, because Zod and Superman they fought the outer space for some reason, and then they fought their way back down after destroying a Wayne Enterprise satellite Easter egg. So they fought, man, and they land. I want to say it's a subway station they landed. I'm not quite sure,
I
but
think it was.
it's like, but I just got to remind people that the whole point of this fight and why it's at the stakes that it is that pretty much Zod's chance to recreate Krypton is gone. So Zod, he's pretty much making it known he has nothing to lose. So this goes to show him why he goes ham so much to the point where he doesn't care about anything on this planet. And he's at the point where in a way he's almost broken, because he tells Superman there's only one way this is gonna end: either you die or I will. Because he has nothing to lose. So of course he's about to go ham the fuck sandwich on everything. So it gets to the point now where they're laying there, and Superman has Zod in the headlock, and Zod sees a group of humans standing there, and he tells them, you love these people so much you're gonna mourn them. And he shoots his heat vision and starts dragging it across the wall to try to burn the people up. And after Superman pleading with him to stop, he wouldn't. So the only thing he could think of before the heat vision got to the people, he cracked his damn neck. And the first thing I remember I was laughing so hard because of how fast the heat vision turned off like a damn switch. He cracked his neck and the shit, and Zod fell out and his eyes were still smoking and shit. I'm like, damn. And he was real tore up about having to kill somebody like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that just goes to show that he, thanks to his father, well, his adopted father, he was able to control his power so much he's never hurt anybody before. So he was real torn up about it. He let out this real painful ass scream. I guess because he traumatized him or whatever. He was real torn up about it. And people hate this movie because they say there's actually two things about this thing they hate. One is the fact that they say it's very unhero-like and it's not Superman-like. And two, they get this feeling that Zod was the victim in this movie.
What?
It's I forgot to bring this up last time. So in a way, this is kind of a pro of me going back and doing this. But they kind of made it seem like Zod was a victim because I've seen the comments talking about Zod just wanted to bring his people back and all that. I'm like, motherfucker, he was gonna kill us.
Yeah, you can't call
to bring them back.
Yeah, like you're gonna cause massive genocide. You really can't call someone that wants to cause genocide a victim. I'm sorry.
I'm like, he was gonna kill all of us to bring them back, man. So I'm like, people really felt bad for this motherfucker. I mean, from his perspective, he was broken because he said his whole purpose was the betterment of Krypton. So obviously, the betterment of it is to bring it back, and he couldn't though.
Right.
So therefore, that's his fuck up though. That's his problem.
Yeah.
So he's still not a victim though, because he was gonna kill everybody on the planet to bring Krypton back. So that's one thing where they playing him off as and another thing, the fact that it's unhero, like he had no choice. Guys, if y'all was in that same situation, you saw no other way out, you would do it if you had to, right?
Yeah, I'd snap his neck. I mean, that's all I could do. I mean, I tried to tell him to stop, he wouldn't stop, so I had to, snap his neck.
I'm telling you. And it's oh man, it's and another thing I just thought about, even if he did manage to dispatch him, what the hell was he gonna do with him? Where the hell were they gonna lock him up? Where?
Yeah, because I mean, at this point, they don't know that they can use the red sunlight and stuff like that. They didn't know any of that.
They don't know any of that. Like they had none of those weaknesses in this movie because they flat out said there was gonna be no kryptonite, none of that.
Right.
In this movie. So I'm like, so what the hell were they gonna do with him anyway?
I mean,
I'm like, what they gonna shackle him to his ship and let it float around in outer space?
I mean, because even then, yes, the Phantom Zone was mentioned, but Superman didn't have any idea how to use the Phantom Zone, so he couldn't send him back.
Exactly. I'm like, what the hell can you do with him? Because now that he has his abilities now, what the hell can you do with him that he can't just come back now?
Yeah.
He just gonna fly back. This isn't over, Kal-El.
I'm going ahead and take a 5-minute break.
Exactly. No, you ready for round 2, bitch? Like, come on now. So yeah, so like he had no other choice, and this is one of my problems with people that fanboy so hard, but don't fully understand this character they love so much. And this goes to all characters, you know.
Batman fans.
This goes out to Batman. You know, people mad at Batman at Arkham Ordinance trailer for letting those guards die when he had 4 seconds to get out the building. He can't get out of 3 people's bodies in 4 seconds and jump out of a building.
But he's the goddamn Batman.
Exactly. See, and that's that bullshit meme right there. That bullshit meme is gonna kill Batman. You know?
Honest, yeah, you're right. Because they're gonna put him in a situation to where he's not gonna be able to live.
Exactly. It's like, man, it's either gonna kill him literally in the pages, or it's gonna kill him as far as his character goes, that he's gonna be unrecognizable.
Yeah, I mean, the way that these people want him to build up to be, they want him to be another Superman. And that's just not the case. I mean,
in some cases they put him over Superman.
Which again, I don't understand, and I'm not gonna get too far into this. In a fight against Batman and Superman, if it's a one-on-one straight fight, Batman will not win. I'm sorry for you Batman fans, but it's just not gonna happen. It's not. I mean, even Batman himself admitted.
Some can argue that he could win, and he's won in the past. And
well, see, you mentioned that. You mentioned that, but it's not. Those are all non-canon stories, though.
Yeah. And those were a series of traps he set. It's like when people bring up a fight, they mean first encounter, no extra shit. Me and you fight.
Exactly. And in that case, I mean, Superman's gonna win 9 times out of 10. The only way I see Batman winning against Superman is if he catches him by a complete and utter surprise.
Even then, he's gonna need something pretty damn powerful, like a kryptonite missile or some shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't he always carry around a kryptonite in his belt?
Well, he does carry it in his belt in some occasions, but at the same time, if you know you're going against a fight against Batman, Superman has lead suits and shit. Yeah.
Let's be honest. If Superman were to go lethal on Batman and not give him a chance, he'd swoop down on him and crush his throat. Yep. And I like Batman more than Superman. I can admit that. A lot of times Superman fought Batman, he was hesitant because that's his friend.
But in a one-on-one fight, don't you think he would still be hesitant?
But we're talking about a one-on-one fight where we're taking out all emotions to it though. We're just talking about them like just fighting game style. Like just straight up.
Oh yeah, he would get wrecked for sure.
Yeah, exactly. that's what we mean. Yeah. And it's like, and it's one thing where you can like Batman or you can like Superman more. Just be logical.
Yeah.
Be fucking logical.
And again, I pointed this out when I was having a discussion with some people. They keep saying, "Oh, well, like you mentioned earlier, Batman won in this case," and you know, I'm saying, "Well, that's non-canon," and they said, "So it still counts." And I'm like, "Okay, you want to count non-canon fights? Let me go ahead and bring out Superman Prime or Superman 1 million on your ass. Now what you gonna do?"
Exactly. I mean, there's no way around that.
Yeah.
No way at all.
But again, I apologize for getting sidetracked, but the whole Batman wins against everybody fucking mentality is ridiculous.
Exactly. Like these people, they fanboy for these characters so hard, and then they don't get like another big problem. Which, man, we might have to do a separate video on this, like just talking about these comic fanboys. But another problem is those who are so content with how the Dark Knight Rises ended. I'm not gonna say too much about it. I'm just gonna flat out say this. That did not do Batman justice. I don't care if it's an adaptation or what. It lost the character.
You know what? You just got a taste of what we're going to be talking about next week.
Yep. This should be funny.
So, again, that ends this episode of the Game Lounge. Sorry for having to do the take 2 and having to cut it short a little bit, but at the same time, I think it was pretty good because we got to actually nail down what we wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
So again, you can find all the links to the articles down below if you want to take a look at them yourself, as well as the video of Killer Instincts and the Xbox One getting booted EVO, which again, that's fucking hilarious.
Hey yo, don't wait.
Oh man. Tune in next week and we'll be discussing some of these superhero fanboys and fangirls and just how they need to, you know, bring it back and be logical about some of these things, because again, let's be honest, these guys are pretty vocal, and at times they don't know what the fuck they talking about.
That fanboyism is pretty strong, and we gonna decipher that shit next week.
All right, as always, this has been Dakatus,
See ya.
Rottz,
Yep.
and
See
Hills.
ya, man.
Oh,
We just fucked this outro up.
oh, you shit! No, it's cool. No, do you?
Yeah,
cool.
that was kind of a
Yeah.
fucking-
No, it's cool.
Yeah,
We'll see
we
you next
fucked
week.
it
We're
up,
done. We're done.
Oh, you didn't cut off?
No, we're done. We're good. I'm still recording. We're good. I'll see you guys next week.
All right, man.